Iceland has had tremendous success in supporting its population's energy needs with geothermal. Today, geothermal provides over 55% of the country's energy needs and contributes to 73% of the country's energy coming from renewables. This is great considering Iceland's energy consumption per capita is among the highest in the world at 517 gigajoules per capita. About 20% of Iceland's geothermal power is used for electricity generation. Other uses include fish farming, swimming pools, greenhouses, and industry. In fact, 89% of all Iceland homes in 2005 were heated with geothermal power.
Until 1970, Iceland was classified as a developing country and the poorest of Europe. In Iceland, temperatures are mild, but glaciers cover 11%, agriculture covers 25%, and there are over 200 volcanoes. Then, Iceland switched to primarily geothermal and hydropower. Before they switched to geothermal and hydropower, they used sheep dung for fuel. In Iceland, geothermal energy got started in 1911 but began operating in the 1940s. In 2005, Iceland became the richest country in Europe with a per capita of $35,600. Over 73% of Iceland's energy consumed is renewable. Iceland gains profit by selling its abundant renewable energy on the global market.
Iceland is one of the few countries that have the natural resources that make geothermal possible. Iceland's location just below the Arctic Circle in the North Atlantic Ocean makes it one of the most tectonically active places on Earth. This high tectonic activity manifests in over 200 volcanoes and a plethora of hot springs. Geothermal energy can be harvested from two types of areas. High-temperature areas, HTAs, are directly linked to active volcanoes or are marginal to them. The high bedrock permeability in HTAs leads to a deep groundwater table, and when heat rises to the surface in an HTA, it produces steam, which can be used to produce electricity. Low-temperature areas, LTAs, are active hot springs. The heat from LTAs is mostly used for domestic uses, such as space heating and washing, but may be able to provide electricity with new technology.
As you know, heat is generated from the Earth's core. Hot water that is heated from the Earth's core rises to the surface. It rises as steam and goes into a turbine. From the turbine, it then goes into a generator. After the generator, it then goes to a transformer, where it is sent to power towers. From the power towers, it is transported to a cooling center. And finally, the steam is then sent to an injection well.
Although Iceland's geothermal power is a strength, there are still improvements that can be made. It can still increase geothermal for its transportation use. Transportation is almost solely the culprit for continued import dependency and fossil fuel-derived emissions of CO2. Iceland can also increase geothermal usage for fishing. This industry is currently run by oil and gas. Coal and petroleum still provide a combined 27% of Iceland's energy needs. Iceland has experienced 3 energy transitions in the past and now should enter a 4th transition. First transition was peat to coal from 1905 to the 1920s. The second was from coal to oil from 1945 to 1950. The third was from fossil fuels as the main source of heat and electricity to renewable energy as its main source. The 4th transition that should take place is the transition away from fossil fuels in the fishing and vehicle fleet over to the use of renewable sources.